Right, so it's time for wrap up of day 3, and you can literally see they're taking the entire thing apart here. It's been an absolutely incredible day, full of energy. They actually call day 3 Transformation Day. Here are a couple of my takeaways. You know, in life you can decide to be right, or you can decide to be rich and happy. And so many people are trying to be right based on their beliefs or their conditioning, or even when they're arguing with someone, be right. Or you can just change and grow and be rich and happy. It's a really important thing. The second thing is about releasing emotion. And you know, at the end of the day, we all carry these emotions, and it's a choice. And you can literally just choose to let it go. But you must feel it first and then let it go, basically. And you know, I found it really interesting today. Like, I burst into tears a number of times, like literally properly crying and letting out my emotion, which was really, really interesting. And if you look here, I put in your page 105. Let me just go back to 105 because I made a comment about it. You know, just reading these, feeling the feelings, and you had to go through, I feel angry because, I feel sad because, I feel afraid because, I feel ashamed or embarrassed about, I feel guilty because, I feel sorry because. And you know, like going through those emotions and then reading back to the partner, like it's very, very emotional, and letting out like quite frankly deep trauma around some of these things for me. You know that 47% of all cancer comes from unresolved anger. That's interesting. 47% of all cancer comes from unresolved anger. And anger runs your life, and ultimately it ruins your life if you don't choose to let it go, basically. And you know, the other thing I found really interesting is you can't have clean, healthy, new relationships unless you're prepared to let go and release the anger and of the previous relationships in terms of where you're at. So if you want the new, you've got to let rid of the old. Lesson number three was reframing the past. And this was, you know, again, you can, like, say for example, a relationship, you've got this whole energy about the past and this old relationship, etc. And you can reframe it. You know, you've got your side of the story, you've got their side of the story, and you can take their perspective and look at it and just reframe the whole thing. And again, I did this personally, and it was really, really, really powerful for me. And I mean, I feel lighter today. I literally feel lighter. It's really hard to explain. And you know, part one is where you basically reframe the past, and part two is where you forgive. And you look at their context and then you actually forgive, and it's really, really powerful in terms of that whole process. Lesson number 4 was around success and the fact that most people don't celebrate success. And you know, so firstly you need to recognize your success, then you need to acknowledge it, and then you need to celebrate it. And the more you surround yourself, not with like-minded people, but with growth-minded people, that's how you're going to grow and grow and grow, basically. And as Jim Rohn says, you should always spend, you know, who do you spend the time with? The 5 people you spend the most time with. But rather than like-minded people, look for growth-minded people in terms of that process. And then the people that you surround yourself with, success, celebrate it. You know, the more you celebrate it, the more you attract it. And again, I don't think enough of us, you know, I'm always looking up the mountain, like how much higher do I need to go, how much, versus stopping and looking backwards and recognizing the significant success that I've had in my past. And I think we all need to just be aware of that all the time. Another one, lesson number 5 was the 3-2-1 rich rule. And I found this one really interesting because, you know, what he basically said is you should have 3 coaches, you should have 2 mentors, and you should be part of 1 mastermind every year. Now, what is a coach? A coach is someone who's there to ask questions and help you and listen and coach you. A mentor is someone who's already been there, they've got what you want, and they tell you what to do, and they don't talk to you again until you've done it. And then a mastermind is, as Napoleon Hill says, you know, if you try to do something on your own or with a partner, it's like 1 + 1 can equal 2. But if you do it in a mastermind, 1 + 1 can equal 11. There's a collective energy. I mean, we got our own mastermind, and it's just phenomenal, the results. Do you know that they say in a mastermind, you can get your results 5 times quicker, simpler, and safer? 5 times quicker, simpler, and safer if you're part of a mastermind in terms of that process. Then, you know, lesson number 6 is the one that I talk about all the time, and it comes from that book, 10x is easier than 2x, and it's the 4 C's. You know, we did this exercise. I've done them all. I've walked on fire, arrow exercise, bending metal. I've done it all, and it's always fascinating to go through it. You watch other people and they're scared and everything in between. But the bottom line is, it comes back to the same thing. You know, when I watched ladies and men that were hesitant, they couldn't do it. And the moment you commit and you have the courage, they're the first 2 C's. You don't have to have the capability, and you don't have to have. It's the capability and the capacity. You figure that out as you go along. But like anything in life, you have to commit and you have to have the courage. It's exactly the same when you do these exercises where you break through your fears. And you know, I broke through my fear of of not recognizing my self-worth and respecting my self-worth. And this amazing exercise that we did. And yeah, let's just say that I'm not going to give it away, but a whole bunch of exercises to go through that. And then finally, lesson number 7 is your thoughts and your feelings. And it's interesting because the formula for success is that your thoughts become your feelings, become your actions, become your results. Now, your thoughts and your feelings is all part of your inner world. And I spoke about this yesterday or the day before, that your inner world creates your outer world. Well, your results, that's your outer world. Okay, so what is action? Well, action's the bridge. Action's the bridge that gets you from your inner world to your outer world. And so the whole afternoon, we spoke about fear, we spoke about action, we spoke about all the things that stop people from taking action, and we did a whole bunch of exercises to make it a reality so that people could go out, take action, and get the results in their world. So to summarize, what do we do across the days? We really worked on our thoughts and our feelings and our reprogramming. Then we went into actions so that people can go out and they can get the results. I can't more highly recommend this course, Millionaire Mind. I actually signed up for the Quantum Leap as well. And the reason that I say this, I've done it with everyone. I've done it with Tony Robbins. I've been to all of Tony Robbins' courses. I've done about 6 of Tony Robbins' courses. You name the person, Roger Hamilton, Dr. Dolph DeRoos, who else? Robert Kiyosaki, I've done them all. And this year was incredible. It was the one that just very similar to Tony Robbins, that literally gets you out of your head and gets you into your heart, gets you into your emotions, and creates transformational change in you. I can't recommend it more highly. I would strongly, strongly recommend that you click on the link below, come and find a Millionaire Mastermind Intensive and do it. I can give you the lessons, I can teach you what I learned, but it's not the same. You've actually got to go through the experience. You've got to get in the room and experience it. You've got to, that's why it's called an intensive. You've got to be here for the 3 days to get the results. And as part of our mastermind and everything we do, this is not something I want to try and recreate. This is something I want to partner with, because this is world class. They've trained millions of people in this. So I'd strongly recommend that you come and partake and get involved. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the link below. Come and be part of the conversation. Let us know what your biggest takeaways were. And most importantly, try and make sure that you attend one of these events live. I think that for me, this is going to be life-changing. I want to 10x my life. And that's my question for this year and this next decade. And literally tomorrow and going into tomorrow and Tuesday is the year of the snake, which is shedding and leaving it all behind. And now we go into the year of the horse, which is all about bolting. And I just believe that this week I've just left so much behind in terms of my old emotions, my old beliefs, my old conditioning. And now it's time to step up and take my identity to the next level and to 10x my life. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you come on the ride. Subscribe to the channel and I'll bring you lots more of these. Scott Piggins signing out from Millionaire Mastermind, Millionaire Mind Intensive. Cheers.